Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Europa Universalis for Rights of Man as, well, Prussia, I guess. I guess you have to start calling it that now. Mind you, not the title, otherwise people get confused. Did you start a new campaign? No, it's still the Teutonic Order one. We've just formed a new nation because we can. Alright, we got enough diplomatic power to get our next, I guess, the next part of our diplomatic ideas. We've got benign diplomats, improved relations plus 25%, which is actually really good because it offsets our Duke Henrik, who's got a negative modifier. So it's technically only +5, but it'll do for now. So that's that one there. We've unlocked an idea group in diplomatic ideas. Benign diplomats. By being more careful in selecting and educating our diplomats, we will greatly increase our chance to exert our influence and establish a favorable position in other countries, which is nice. It also, our Prussian ideas have advanced by 1. Regimental cantons. Peasants are naturally not keen on a lifetime of service in the army, so they tend to run away when recruiters come along. Now we give each regiment a recruiting district to draw manpower from. Each youth is expected to train for 3 months of the year, so he is ready for service. This should ensure a steadier supply of manpower for armies. So we get a bonus plus 25% to our manpower, and our recruitment time goes down, which is great. And the last one is our development cost and tolerance of heretics, which we'll get when we unlock our next one at scientific experimentation, which will probably be offensive. I have to say, it's either going to be offensive, influence, or humanist. If you want to let me know down in the comments below whether or not I should probably be taking anything else, like, I don't know, espionage or economic ideas maybe, then yes, let me know. Also, in between everything else, we moved our armies around a little bit. We left him in Stralsund, but he looks like he's doing okay-ish, I guess. So that is, it's going down by 0.5, so he is hoping that that actually helps some. The 2 trouble spots are Greifswald and Stettin are the new ones that we took from Pomerania. We have also fabricated claims on Rostock, because we are going to be returning the Ackermann Corps to Brandenburg. We've started building a spy network in Bohemia. Turns out he is at war, as is Lübeck. 2 separate wars. This guy's at war with the Palatinate and Ulm, and you are at war with Hesse and Trier. We're also improving with Trier. I think we may have reached the cap there. Yeah, improved relations 100. But the unlawful territory and aggressive expansion is kind of hurting us a lot. So the idea here is that we'll probably declare war on maybe Bohemia, take some land from him, and then like have him full siege down, hopefully, pending his rebels and whatever. And then declare war against Lübeck and return one of the provinces that we get from this to negate some of our aggressive expansion impact. The other thing we're trying to get is Sweden to like us a little bit better. They're a vassal, obviously, is one of the things. They don't particularly like that, but they doesn't look like they are. Yeah, they're not loyal. 53% liberty desire. So here's hoping that we can make something happen. We are building up our navy a little bit. We're grabbing a whole bundle of the war galleys, in the hopes that this may encourage a certain, potentially rather strong nation to, you know, become independent and help us, please. So we spent a goodly amount of money there, just building that up. Which is good. And we'll attach them to our other navy. In the meantime, another war galley popping out there. It may also be some time to build maybe a carrack or 2. They are rather expensive though. Alright, let's go back to protecting trade. Keeping in mind that the war galleys and the flutes don't actually have any... they don't affect the way that trade moves. It's only the caravels. Yeah. Trade power 2.5, trade power 0, trade power 0, trade power 0. And we've got 22 of these. Lubekian noble rebels. What do they want? We can't tell. But we can tell for our own rebels. 60%, so it does look like they're going to fire anyway. It is going up, which is unfortunate. Do we... That'd be nice, actually. Let's build 4 more troops. Let's make that a thing. Alright. Yeah, not much is happening in these couple of episodes, aside from doing some claim fabrication. I think we'll take Weismar. Yes, Weismar seems like a good idea. Because we don't... Yeah, and Brandenburg is not doing anything, so... I guess we pull out from there. We'll go back to fabricating on Poland. Ah, we lost a... That blows. Sure, why not? Slowly ticking back, very, very slowly. I'm just really, really hoping that we can survive those rebels. They fire in one of these 2 provinces and we can just send more. It would be nice. The other thing we need to do, obviously, is get their opinion up. Or... Yeah. Get rid of all those negative modifiers so we can actually make them fight things for us. Because eventually they will become, I don't know, probably about as large as Saxony before we integrate them, I guess. So they will have a decent-sized army, and there's no point in not having that army actually fight things like rebels. The other thing we could do is declare war and let either one of the enemy armies deal with the problem or one of our allies deal with it. Castile inherited most of Burgundy there. Switched some of... or halved some of that with France. How are we doing on religion? That's mostly just Protestant, and we're in a war anyway, because we're now at war against Brunswick, Frankfurt, Lüneburg, and Friesland. Oh, that's just fantastic. Alrighty then, join the armies, and let's go on a rampage through North Europe. Actually, on that note, do we maybe want to roll a better general? Because we do actually have better army tradition than we had prior. I mean, he's a 4-2-1, so he's okay. But we now have 50 army tradition. Yeah, let's roll another general. And he is a 1-2-0-1. Nah. That is horrible. Alright then. We'll let the friendlies attach to us. And we can take a new tech. I don't think we will just yet. We want to catch one of these armies out. Or maybe have them engage Saxony. I'm not entirely sure what we should do. And now they're all moving. Mind you, that combat abilities are going to help us a lot. Here comes Saxony to reinforce. And we're going to win this one, barely, by the skin of our teeth. Come on. Yes, there we go. And our army is now hurting a lot. So we're going to nick off. Alternatively, we could just follow it up. I think we may just follow it up. Lundberg's right there. Yeah, and it's already coming back. And with our 4 cannons, we should be able to siege this down, I don't know, not quickly, but we should be able to siege at a relatively good pace. I mean, our military tech it's kind of pathetic. Yeah. 10 to their 11. We're getting, what, 3? Yeah, 1 and 1. So we're getting base value of 3. Yeah. We would be getting more, but we've got that policy enabled, and it's not the national focus. Not having it as the national focus is actually hurting us a lot. But we are knocking out that diplomatic idea quickly enough, I guess. The one thing we could do is maybe some development. Go by cheapest. Greifswald is okay, but we don't want to do that because it's going to come under rebels. So I guess we chuck it at Osterode and Netz. Yeah, that should do it. That'll be fine. Needs to be 30. Should get next. Yep, next monthly tick. Fabricate on their capital. Why? Because we can. Start the construction of 5 carracks. But it does tank their loyalty. We won't do that just yet. Yeah. No messing with the estates for now. Yep, and there's that rebel uprising. That's going to be happening soon. Maybe Hungary will deal with it for us. Is that actually going to happen in in 2 provinces, or is that going to happen in 1? It's going to happen in all 3. 18,000. Across 3 or in all 3? Because that would kind of suck, like, a lot. We do have a little bit there. So let's spend the 62. We'll drop them a little bit. There we go, back down to 50%. So we've got a bit of time. I really hate doing that. That does all kinds of bleh. It blows. Now, down to the money tab. This is gonna... Yeah, that's gonna hurt too, but fine. Oh, we're gonna have to fight them, aren't we? No, we're not gonna deal with that. We'll just siege down everyone. Come on, fall. Maybe we need a few more cannons. That's the problem, is despite the fact they're all little, when you combine like 4 small nations and you send them all in as one large army, it's going to... Yeah, that's a... Saxony's going to get wrecked. We're at 28% and it still hasn't fallen. Come on! We've got walls breached and everything. I think we may end up eating Saxony at this point. And we're back. Yay, we won the Siege of Lüneburg. Right. Brunswick. In fact, maybe we can take out the Brunswickian army. Oh, nope. Nope. Ow, that blows. And here comes the loan. In 3, 2, 1. Hi. There it is. Oh, great. And so he just got rid of Lüneburg. Yep. Kicking butt and taking names. The Prussian way. That's all we got time for this episode. I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for tuning in once more.